Hello students, today we are going to do the poem The Tale of Custard the Dragon, written by Ogden Nash. Frederick Ogden Nash was an American poet well known for his light verse, of which he wrote over 500 pieces. With this unconventional rhyming schemes, he was declared the country's best known producer of humorous poetry. He wrote this poem, The Tale of Custard the Dragon, in the style of a ballad. Ballad means a song that tells a story, narrate the tales of courage or heroism. Such a humorous ballad is ending with a parody. So this ballad is about Belinda, who lived in a little white house with her four pets, a black kitten, Ink, a gray mouse, Blink, a yellow dog, Mustard, a little dragon, Custard. But the dragon was a coward, and a red wagon too. Custard the dragon was having big sharp teeth and spikes on top of him and scales underneath. His mouth was similar to a fireplace and nose was as a chimney. Also, he had daggers on his toes. Student, let's begin this poem. Belinda lived in a little white house with a little black kitten and a little gray mouse and a little yellow dog and a little red wagon and a realio trulio little pet dragon. So let's find out the first of all the rhyme scheme here. As you can see, house is rhyming with mouse. So rhyme scheme is here AA, and wagon is rhyming with dragon. So BB. So rhyme scheme of this stanza is AA, BB. And now see here the word little. Little is repeated 4 times in this stanza. So the poetic device is here, repetition and oxymoron. Oxymoron means when two contrasting ideas comes together, it is known as oxymoron. So here she is saying that her dragon is a pet dragon. Dragon is a wild creature, but it is said as a pet. So these are two contrasting words. So this is here oxymoron. Now let's see what is being told in this stanza. So the poet says that once there was a little girl named Belinda. She lived in a little white house. She lived with some creatures who were her pets. And they were a black kitten, a gray mouse, a yellow dog, a little red wagon, and a creature that the poet says was really and truly a dragon. Now the name of the little black kitten was Ink, and the little gray mouse, she called him Blink, and the little yellow dog was sharp as mustard, but the dragon was a coward, and she called him Custard. So here, let's find out the rhyme scheme here. Rhyme scheme here, Ink and Blink rhyme together, and mustard rhymes with custard. So rhyme scheme is here, AABB. And now let's find out the another poetic device here. Here she called that coward Custard. So coward C is rhyming with custard. So this the poetic device is here, alliteration. And here she has compared the, see here, the little yellow dog was as sharp as mustard. So here the dog has been compared to mustard. So this is here simile. So now see what is being told here. So the poet explains the name of all the animals that are tamed by Belinda. Tamed by Belinda means they are pet of Belinda. He says that the name of black kitten is Ink, the name of gray mouse is Blink, the little yellow dog had yellow color, and so she called him Mustard. And the dragon that was a coward means was a weakling, means the dragon doesn't have the courage and power. He was very weak. So that's why he called him weakling. Custard the dragon had big sharp teeth and spikes on top of him. Mouth like a fireplace chimney for a nose, and realio trulio daggers on his toes. So here, let's find out the rhyme scheme here. Like teeth rhymes with underneath. Teeth rhymes with underneath. So the rhyme scheme is here, AA, and nose rhymes with toes, so BB. And again, let's find out other poetic devices. Here, she says that dragon's mouth is compared with the fireplace. Dragon's mouth, mouth like a fireplace. So when the comparison is done with the word like or as, it is here simile. And repetition of sentence again, like this word is coming again and again in the whole poem. Really or truly, means truly, really. So this is refrain. Like in songs, we see that after the end of every stanza, one line is being repeated, one or two lines are being repeated. So this closing line of each stanza, if it is being repeated in the whole song or in the whole poem, this is known as refrain. And here, chimney for a nose. Here, the word like or as is not used, but he has compared the nose with the chimney. So the implied comparison is here. So this is here metaphor. So this is here metaphor. So here the poet says that the dragon, that it had big sharp teeth and spikes on top. This means that its skin was pointed on the top. On the lower part, it had scales which were bony plates to protect the skin. And his mouth has been compared to a fireplace because the dragon means the dragon is spewing fire from its mouth. Even his nose is compared to a chimney which is used to pass out smoke. His feet are like a sharp knife, that is dagger. His feet is compared to dagger. So this is again here metaphor. Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears. And Ink and Blink chased lions down the stairs, and Mustard was as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard cried for a nice, safe cage. Again, rhyming words, bear, stairs, rage, cage, AABB, rhyming scheme is here, AABB. And simply here, like here, Mustard was as brave as tiger. So Mustard dog is compared to the tiger. So it is here, it's here simply. And here we have assonance. Assonance means what? Assonance, use of a vowel sound. A. Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears. So here bears. So here A sound, like A is coming here, A is 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 here. In between, if a vowel sound is being repeated, it is called as assonance. So now the poet explains the inner strength or the bravery of the various characters of the poem. He says that the Belinda was as brave as a group of bears, and Ink and Blink were as brave that they here Mustard is compared to a tiger, and Ink Blink, they chase lions down the stairs, means their power is being compared to the lion. And Custard, but to the contrast of all them, as they all are considered brave, but Custard is considered as coward. And Custard is always looking for a nice safe cage, always demanded a nice safe cage. Belinda tickled him. She tickled him unmerciful. Ink, Blink, Mustard, they rudely called him Percival. They all sat laughing in the little red wagon at the Relio Trulio cowardly dragon. So here, let's find the first rhyme scheme here. Merciful, Percival, and wagon compared to dragon. So here rhyme scheme is AABB, and this, as I told you earlier, Relio Trulio is being repeated in the whole poem. So this is refrain. And the word tickled him, tickled him, tickled him. Tickled word is repeated twice. So this is here repetition. So let's find out this word. So here Belinda tickled him, she tickled him unmerciful. So means without any mercy, she kept on tickling him. And what happened to this? Ink, Blink, and Mustard, they rudely called him Percival. Percival is actually a legendary knight who ran away due to lack of courage. So here it is here illusion, the poetic device here, it is illusion here. Why? Because dragon is compared to Percival, who was a legendary knight who ran away from the battlefield because he lacked courage. So here dragon is also said that he doesn't have courage. And so they started laughing at him in their little red wagon, and Relio Trulio, cowardly dragon. And along with them, dragon was also in their wagon. Belinda giggled till she shook the house, and Ink Blink said, "Whack," which is giggling for a mouse. Ink and Mustard rudely asked his age when Custard cried for a nice, safe cage. So the poet says that Belinda used to laugh so loudly that her voice echoed in the house. Belinda giggled means she used to laugh so loudly that her voice echoed in the house. Blink the mouse used to laugh and make a sound of whack. On the other hand, Ink and Mustard would tease him by asking the dragon his age whenever he used to demand for a nice, safe cage. So here, whack is a sound, like a sound you create with your mouth. Here's a sound made by the mouse, sound of a mouse, like a horse make a knee sound, the mouse make a wick sound. So this is onomatopoeia here. So this is here onomatopoeia. Suddenly they heard a nasty sound, and Mustard growled, and they all looked around. Mioch, cried Ink. Ooh, cried Belinda, for there was a pirate climbing in the window. So here, nasty. Nasty means very bad. Nasty means very bad. And pirate is a sea robber, a person who robs ship in the sea. And window is used here for the window. To just rhyme it to Belinda, window is used. It is used, as we all know, the poet has a license to use any word to rhyme it with other words. So here, literary devices here. First of all, rhyme scheme, sound round, AA, Belinda and Winda, BB. As I told you earlier, when vowel sound is being repeated, it is called assonance. So when a consonant sound is being repeated continuously, it is called consonance. So first of all, suddenly, it is repetition also. And here, much is onomatopic sound, and growled is also onomatopic sound. So here, so while all of them were making fun of dragon, they heard a sound of someone entering the house. When they looked towards the window, they saw a pirate climbing up the wall. The dog barked. The dog barked at him, and the kitten mewed to him. The dog barked, and the kitten mewed meowed to him. Belinda cried, "Ooh," because all of them were scared of the pirate who robs the ship. Pistol in his hand, pistol in his left hand, pistol in his right, and he held in his teeth a cutlass bright. His beard was black, one leg was wood. It was clear that the pirate meant no good. So the poet here describes the appearance of the pirate. He says that the pirate was holding a pistol, a gun in both his hands, and had a little sword too. Cutlass means here a short sword with a curved blade, and a cutlass too. He was holding his sword with his teeth. He had a black beard, and his one leg was made of wood. One leg was made of wood. This means that though the pirate was a disabled person, but still he was frightening all the other characters. Moreover, he intended to harm them. So here, alliteration, beard, black. It is alliteration, B sound is repeated, and imagery. An image is created about the appearance of the pirate. So the poetic device is here, imagery here. Belinda paled and she cried, "Help, help," but Mustard fled with a terrified yelp. Ink trickled down to the bottom of the household, and little mouse blinked strategically mouse hole. So here, first of all, here yelp means a short, sharp cry. And ink trickle down. Trickle down means run. Run here. Here it means run. And mouse hold means here it is the hole where the mouse lives. So the rhyme scheme is here help and yelp AA, and another hold and household, and hold is BB. So when all of them saw the pirate, they got frightened. Belinda was so frightened that she turned yellow due to fear and started crying for help. Mustard the dog started crying for help too. The kitten Ink ran down towards the bottom of the house as if he had already planned for it. The mouse Ink ran into his little mouse hole in order to save himself. The pirate gaped at Belinda's dragon and gulped some grog from his pocket flagon. He fired 2 bullets, but they didn't hit, and Custard gobbled him every bit. So here, dragon and flagon, literary device here, rhyme scheme is here, AA, hit and bit, BB. So here, first of all, a drink. Flagon is a drink. A drink, a container made of silver in which drink is stored. And here, so what happened here? When all the other creatures that were earlier defined as very brave, they got frightened. They got frightened. The dragon did the most unexpected thing. The dragon did the most unexpected thing here. And what did he do? The pirate got so shocked by the dragon's reaction that he opened his mouth wide with shock. To gather some strength, he drank some alcohol from a container in his pocket. So here, grog is kind of a drink typically drunk by the sailors. So here, gulped. Gulped means here he swallowed. He swallowed. So the that pirate, he drank some wine from the flagon to gather his courage to fight with the dragon. So to gather some strength, he drank some alcohol from a container in his pocket. After gathering some courage, he fired 2 bullets on the dragon, but missed it. Custard the dragon ate every bit of this fierce looking pirate, and Custard gobbled him. Gobbled him means eat something very hurriedly, or with some noise. So means the pirate was not able to think anything more. Before that, the dragon ate him completely. Ate him completely. Belinda embraced him. Mustard licked him. No one mourned for his pirate victim. Ink and Blink in glee did gyrate and around the dragon that ate the pirate. So when the dragon was dead, Belinda hugged the dragon. So when the pirate was dead, Belinda hugged the dragon and Mustard licked him. No one was sad for the death of the pirate. They all were happy. Both Ink and Blink were running around the dragon in happiness. So here the poet says that all the characters were happy and they were showing their gratitude towards the dragon as he had saved them. As he had saved them. Mourn here means to cry over someone's death. And glee means here happiness. Gyrate here means glee did gyrate. Gyrate here means they danced. They danced. So rhyme scheme here, him, victim, AA, gyrate, and pirate here, BB. So rhyming scheme here, glee and gyrate. GG sound is here alliteration, and assonance is used here, no one moaned. O sound is being repeated in between. So this is assonance here. Use of the vowel sound. But presently up spoke little dog Mustard. I have been twice as brave if I had been flustered. And up Ink, up spoke Blink. We would have been 3 times as brave, we think. And Custard said, I quite agree that everybody is braver than me. So here, first of all, flustered here means agitated and confused. As we all know, in the beginning of the poem, everybody considered themselves very much brave and they considered Custard the coward. So after they thanked and showed their love towards the dragon, they changed their mind. They were reminded of how they used to make fun of this coward dragon, and now they all were praising him. So at once the dog said that it was just because of some confusion that he wasn't able to do anything. Otherwise, he would have been twice as brave as Custard. Both Ink and Blink also said that they would have been 3 times braver than Custard. To this, the dragon said that he fully agreed to this, that all of them were more powerful and braver than him. Belinda still lives in her little white house with her little black kitten and her little gray mouse and her little yellow dog and her little red wagon and her really or truly little pet dragon, Belinda, is as brave as a barrel full of bears. And Ink and Blink chase lions down the stairs. Mustard is as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard keeps crying for a nice, safe cage. So at last, the poet used the same lines again to show that after this terrific episode in which the dragon was the hero, where all the other characters still undermined him by saying that they were more powerful than him and could have handled the situation in a much better way. The poet says that life started again in the same manner. Belinda still lives in that little white house with Ink, Blink, Mustard, and Custard, and all of them are very brave, whereas a dragon is still a coward who always wants to stay in a safe cage. So here in this again, really truly a repetition of the same line after every stanza. So this is here refrain, as brave as barrel, as brave as tiger. So this is here simile. So what's the central idea of the poem? The central idea of the poem is don't judge a book by its cover. Therefore, we should never judge someone without fully getting to know them. When the situation demands it, they are bound to show their true colors, and this may surprise us. In other words, a stitch in time saves nine is also the nucleus of this poem. I hope you everyone understood this poem very well. Thank you, students.